All right, all right. Well, I guess let's get to it. This segment today of the Black Widows of the Bible, this force, drunken incest, as I could only think to title it. It was very telling about this so-called myth of the woman of the past. Welcome to the panel, Brother Lawrence.
Shalom, shalom, brother Eisen. Shalom, everybody in the chat. um, they crazy. They crazy. They crazy. Like I said, I was surprised because I know I had made comment on it last week.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were gonna do it this week, but you did.
Yeah.
I forgot all about it when I saw the thing, but when I saw it, I laughed. It's one of those weird things where it's not that you don't know what to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's more along the lines like, what could you say after that? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, what could you say after that? I mean, the story sums it up. Wow, wow.
And the other thing that's so interesting about it, whenever I went to try and find thumbnails, almost every one of them, the way the artistry was depicted, it was as if a lot wasn't drugged beyond recognition. It was, almost every piece of artwork I seen on it, it was like he was a willing participant. But we know when we read, that's not the case.
But that, excuse
Yeah,
me.
I mean, I just found it funny and fascinating.
No, it is fascinating, and unfortunately for me anyway, not unsurprising. Because that's the nature of things, how they try to make it look different than what it is. Because of course, again, as we always talk about responsibility and accountability, it can't be that he had to have been the one who caused it, forced it, whatever have you may. That's so paintings, you're going to get paintings like that. I mean, it's just because and that's something that's been a problem throughout the world. People just can't believe that women could be that decadent or that evil.
Calculating.
Well, you know, the same thing we got growing up, sugar and spice and everything nice and all that muck muck. You know, but you know, but as we get older, we realize, nah, these broads are nuts, man.
Well, yeah, well, I
So
mean, yeah, of course they're nuts, but I mean, all women, like the high crazy man said, all women are at least a level 4 crazy. But the thing is, they're far more calculating and what's the word? Premeditated about every move they make than what's taught.
right, right, right,
They
right.
know exactly what they're doing. They know why. But that's why I say, I have to blame these old niggas for not wanting to admit to this truth and telling young boys and fellas this truth.
Well, unfortunately, it's not just the dudes; it's the old women doing it too. I mean,
Well, I
you
don't
know,
expect any. I don't expect. Here's the thing.
you don't expect
I
different from
can't
them.
expect them to do any differently because the only way for women to really take power from men is to manipulate and lie to them.
Well, true, true. This is true.
I mean, they have to do it. So I don't expect them to tell you the truth. I mean, when we had the Black Widow segment, when I went into Sarah and Abraham and the whole conversation with God, she
Yeah,
lied to God's face.
yeah,
I know damn well they're gonna lie to you and me.
that's true. Well, lied to him on that occasion and the occasion prior to that, laughed at him.
Right, right. That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
when
yeah,
she laughed and said she didn't laugh. So I
yeah,
mean, I mean, if they're going to lie to a God who they proclaim and profess that they love and adore, if they gonna lie to him, I know damn well I don't stand a chance. So I
yeah.
can't expect any different from them.
That's fair. That's fair. I can't deny that. Well, what I tell you something. It's on target, but I want to sidestep for a minute.
Okay, go ahead.
The two daughters, because
Mm-hmm.
if I remember correctly, they didn't name the daughters. They named the children,
Yes,
but they didn't name the daughters.
yeah, I didn't
Now,
see.
what's interesting to me is that okay, Lot is the nephew of Abraham,
Right,
and we know that Lot followed Abraham. You know, because we've talked
of
about
his
that
own
before.
volition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of his own volition, because we talked about that before. So, so what's interesting to me is that this is technically the beginning of, for the most part, the Israelites, because it starts with Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
He's the father of everything, and Lot is his nephew. So, could it possibly be? And I'm not making an excuse. I'm just wondering to my
Mm-hmm.
head. We haven't gotten to the parts of Moses and Jeremiah and all the rest of them. So laws hadn't been put in place yet. So would what they did be considered technically against the Most High's law when those laws hadn't been provided yet?
Um. Yes. I mean, it was being.
Well, no, no, no. Don't get me wrong. I know it was. I'm
Yeah.
just talking about from their mental perspective because they don't have rules lined out like we do.
Well, women
Yeah,
don't care about morality.
well, that's what I was about to say. Because truth be told, if they didn't think it was bad, they wouldn't have tricked them into getting drunk.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Women don't care about morality. Um. The what I find interesting is they wasted no time in doing it. I mean, it's not like they even waited and just wanted to roam the earth.
that's
You
true.
know what I'm saying? It was
That's
like they
true.
just automatically assumed that they were the only ones left.
No,
and
that's yeah, that's
and, and,
hubris. Yeah,
and the funny thing is, I had an old supervisor of mine that said, what happens when you assume, right?
yeah,
It makes an ass out of you and me. So
yeah. Mhm. But I wanted to bring that up because I had somebody throw that at me one time, and to be quite frank, I didn't have a specific answer to them for that.
Mhm.
The only thing I could give them was exactly what I said a minute ago. You know, maybe there wasn't rules in place, so you can't hold them accountable. But at the same time, they must have realized something was wrong because they wouldn't have had to trick them to do it.
Yeah, no, women just don't
So
care about morality.
yeah,
Um, Women, women never have. I mean, women, yeah, never have cared about morality. Women only care about getting what they want. It's always been that way.
Well,
Uh,
morality only counts for them when it's forced upon them. That's all.
well, they
And
only
that's
care about morality when they can use it to manipulate men to benefit them.
well, yeah, but either that or it's forced upon them. Culture
They still
wise,
don't even care,
society.
but they just have to do
Well, that's true for fear of repercussions. That's
it.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true for fear of repercussions.
Like
Yeah,
I said, they don't care. They want you to care about it though, so they can manipulate you.
yeah, yeah. But it's interesting because I would have loved a little bit more in the story to find out in what capacity Lot dealt with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Because
I didn't see
because
anything after that.
yeah, no, there's
Yeah,
nothing.
hey,
There's
it's like
nothing.
yeah, they just cut
Yeah.
that shit off.
Yeah. There's nothing. That's why I used to tell people. People used to always talk about certain groups, about how the Most High despises them and how He talks about it, and they used to bring up Moabites all the time, and I used to have to explain to them. Don't you know where Moabites come from?
Mm,
And these are Bible people. These are church people. You know what I'm saying? Which goes back to what you and I talk about a lot, and everybody who comes up in here. You're not really reading it because
well,
you would have caught that. There's reason for him to be pissed at these
yeah,
people.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you
And
know,
I'm gonna be honest. I've read. I ain't gonna lie, I read through it, but I didn't remember it. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of my favorite stories.
um,
It makes me laugh every single time
mm,
because it just shows the depths of depravity that they would go to just to feel good.
you know, and I guess regarding opposite gender, I guess my favorite is always just I mean Genesis chapter 2 and 3. I mean,
Yeah,
it just sets
yeah,
the stage.
yeah. Because because
It sets the stage for what you're going to have to deal with. Because I mean, when you look at it, when you take Eve, who was the one woman who was created without knowledge of sin, but chose it
yeah.
and chose it because she wanted to be higher than God. I mean,
Mhm.
it doesn't. You don't need anything else more to tell you about women than that right there.
That's true. That's true. And as far as Lot's daughters are concerned, man, that thing about them thinking that they were the only people left on alive, yada yada. I think, to be honest, I think that was a lie. I think they lied to
Mm,
themselves to justify it because here's my theory.
mm,
You go lie with your father. You have sons by your father
mm,
because you think you're the only people left on the planet. So here's my question:
mm,
what's the plan? Are you going to sleep with your sons now to keep propagating the planet because you think you're the
mm,
only people left? So exactly who are these
mm,
boys supposed to sleep with?
mm. Well,
I mean, you understand
that
what I'm
goes.
saying?
Hey, you know what? That goes further to prove my point about
Yeah,
that
exactly, exactly.
women have no care for morality whatsoever.
Yeah, because that was the only option. If their comment was they thought they were the only people left on the planet and they just bore two sons by their own father,
Mm,
what was the next step? What's the plan here? You know what I'm saying? And the only thing left was for them to sleep with their sons the way they did with their father, if they
yeah.
really think they're the only people left.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, so the whole thing about thinking you're the only people left on the planet, I think they lied to themselves to justify it because again, because the only other way that could have worked is if one had a son and one had a daughter, and then they would have made the two of them hook up. That's the only way that would have worked.
Okay. Well, if not lied to themselves, they just created this scenario to justify it, to
Mm,
where they don't have to take it
yeah,
in,
exactly.
to excuse themselves for accountability. So that goes even further
Yeah,
to go with how these these chicks at bars or whatever else they whenever they sleep with a dude and then it's only reason why it happened is because I was drunk. You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so he gets ruined for life. It's like, oh man, this
What and that's one
it's the
that's one of
same.
well that's one of the reasons why I would have liked to have seen more about Lot because like I said, what was going through his mind as every month went by and he saw his daughters getting more and more pregnant. And one of two things happened. They lied to him and he's wondering how they got pregnant when there's no other men, or they told him the truth and he has to sit and watch
Mm,
that happen because he did watch it happen. The sons were born. So, and they went on to make other tribes.
mm.
So, I mean, I would have liked to seen his perspective from that. I know that must have drove him. I mean, that's got to be maddening.
Yeah,
It's especially considering Lot had put so much in to following the Most High the way Abraham did. Because, like I said, for Abraham and Lot, the Most High was no joke to them.
yeah, yeah, no, yeah. I mean,
You know
yeah,
what I
I mean,
mean?
because whenever you look at it, Sodom and Gomorrah, whenever he sent that two angel hit squad,
Mm-hmm.
to take him out, and he was offering up his other daughter. He offered up his other daughters,
Mm-hmm.
to to these clowns to keep them from trying to take these angels sexually. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just
Not to be funny,
yeah.
but we could take a moment and make the assumption they did this out of revenge. Because, like you said, he casually dismissed them and was offering them up to the people of the town.
Well, I think whenever, but it's not, I guess, in concrete and stone. But the one thing that interpretation I've come across is what he did. He offered up other daughters that did not stay, and those were the two that weren't offered up.
So then what happened to the other two daughters?
They
Oh
stayed
no, what
behind.
that's right. They stayed behind because they were
Yeah,
married. That's right. That's
yeah,
right. That's right. They were married to some of the town folk. That's right. I forgot about
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
That's right. Because they did single out one in particular who was married to somebody in the story. Yeah, that's right. I
yeah,
forgot about that. Yeah. So they're dead.
yeah, yeah. They
So,
done. They done. They
yeah.
done. Yeah,
Mm, yeah. Thank you. I completely forgot about that part.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're
Mm.
welcome. I do a little bit of studying, just a little bit of reading,
Just a
not
little,
too much,
just a little bit,
just a
a little
little,
bit,
just a
a
little
little
bit, just a little bit.
bit. but but maybe, like I said, it could still possibly be vengeance. Why he offered them up, were what we weren't good enough to be offered up. You know what I'm saying?
uh,
I mean, look,
yeah,
women do some crazy mental gymnastics, man, to justify stuff.
yeah,
You're talking about he gave up his two daughters to go out there and just be assaulted all day and all night. You know what I'm
hey,
saying?
hey,
And
here,
you could see two others saying something stupid like that. Well, you didn't offer us. Well, we're not good enough. You can see them saying something stupid like that.
hey, I seen a meme one time, and this is what it had in the meme. I don't need to understand women. They already understand each other and they hate each other. So
Yep. Hmm. Hmm. Yep. Just like that running comment I tell every woman when they want to get in a conversation. It's like, you got any female friends? No, I just got male friends. Why? Oh no, women are mean. I don't trust women. So why do you expect me to trust your own? If you don't trust your own kind, why do you expect me to?
right, right.
So I mean, I'm not trying to make this a manosphere topic, but I'm just
Right,
saying
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just, it's just the logic of it, you
Right.
know. And then you'll have those Christians and Israelites and who do the thing about how women were back in the day. They knew their place and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Man, not a near one of them knew their place since day one.
No, they
So
knew it.
I don't know
They
what you're
knew it.
talking
They
about.
just don't want to accept it. There's a
Yeah,
difference.
yeah.
They knew it, and the thing is, like I said, that whole woman of the past crap it's a myth.
It's
I mean, them
nonsense.
women back then, they risk, like I said, they risk life, live in wrath of their own gods that they proclaim to
Yep.
love and adore. I mean, so to
Look,
pull to pull some bullshit. So yeah,
well, I mean, I've been a Hebrew Israelite for years, and one thing I've never bought into, like the rest of them, is that woman of the past thing.
yeah,
You are not going to convince me of that. I'm
yeah,
sorry, you're just not. I, day one, it was wrong. It was off.
yeah.
Day one with Eve.
Yeah.
So I mean, I nah. Mm-mm.
And then they like to take that whole he who finds a good wife finds a good thing. I'm like, hey, look, you can't use that one on me either because it's talking about wifely qualities. Ain't none of y'all got that. So
See, that's the funny thing because even the Most High knew that, because if you think about it, that was something, you know, whether you read Proverbs, Psalms, anything in the Old Testament, they always talk about the goodness of a good wife, a godly
Hmm.
woman, and all that good stuff. However, after the Messiah came, if you notice, people started saying, "Nah, it's best be on your own."
Even before that,
Yeah, I know,
so
but I mean, but it
I
got,
mean,
but it
as
got,
stupid
but it
as he
got,
was. Oh
yeah,
my
but it
bad.
got heavy with Paul.
Well, yeah, and you
It
know,
got, and that Paul wasn't the only one either.
hey, Paul was the reason why Rome went down.
Yep, yep, yes, he was.
He's the reason why Rome went down. But
Hmm.
I mean, you have where a fool and Solomon even put that it's better to occupy a corner of a roof exposed to the weather and elements
Yes,
than to being under the roof with the contentious and quarrelsome woman. And I
yep,
believe it's Paul that put it. It's better to take the desert wilderness than to
yep,
live with one. So I mean, it's
yep,
yeah. I mean,
and they're not wrong.
no, not wrong at
Then
all.
they're not wrong. And
Not
like
wrong
and
at all.
like and like everything else in Scripture, as time goes on, it's proven.
Yeah, but my thing is, I mean, Solomon a fool because I am not going up on that roof. She gonna have to get up there, but that's me.
Well, again, Solomon is pretty much an anomaly. For the most part, you would see any one of the patrons, you know, two, maybe three wives, but Solomon did like what, 100 wives and 600 concubines for a total of 700
no,
or something like that.
no. It was 700 wives and 300 concubines.
Oh, so 1,000. That's even
Yeah,
worse.
yeah.
Because as I say to people all the time, look, one woman is difficult. Why would I want 1,000?
And he did so for two reasons. The reason why he did so.
Well,
One,
some
of
well
course.
some of them were for political power. I remember that.
Yes, that's what I said too. Well, political power, you can call it fear.
Mhm.
One, of course, was for the box. Two was because of fear, because he felt that if he had them there with them, that their countries wouldn't attack with these princesses there, for
Yeah,
fear
well,
of
yeah.
killing them.
Well, it's the
Yeah,
classic. It's the classic building an alliance through marriage.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's why I tell brothers all the time. You got to look at the original concept about marriage, man. It was a business proposition. Had nothing
But
to do with romantic love at all.
but
It
yeah,
just wasn't.
but this Negro was romantic.
He was, he was, but so was David. So
But no, David got hoes because he got them through because it was you keep what you kill.
mm,
I mean, all of them he got were through a consequence of from taking Saul's kingdom
that's
and,
true.
and other kingdoms.
That's
I mean,
true.
the only one he was romantic about was Bathsheba.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And it's funny you use that phrase too, because now that I think about it, David is the perfect rendition of the Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
really is. It's- That's the Chronicles of Riddick for
yeah,
sure. You kill what
yeah,
you keep what you kill. Yeah.
yeah, and because of McCall, I mean, no error was going to come from anything that Saul that was of Saul.
Mhm.
So it was going. I mean, it was going to come through Bathsheba. The problem was how he did
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
it.
like the saying goes, it's not what you do, it's how you do it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's always the game plan. Because, like I said, he was favored. All he had to do was ask.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. It was going to happen. It's just that,
Yeah.
she worked that magic on him, and hey, it was over with. He's like, oh yeah, I got to have it now.
Yeah. And for the love of in house, that's all I can say.
Yeah.
Kingdoms have risen and fallen on that. That's why I tell
Yes.
people, man, you watch an empire fall. I guarantee you, as the rubble and smoke clears, there's a woman standing in the center of it, cackling her ass off.
Oh no, she ain't standing in the center of it. She done made her escape a long time ago laughing. Yeah, but but she is responsible. Hey, yeah, she is definitely she's got something to do with it.
Yeah. But as far as it goes for those Lot's daughters, man, I don't know. Is there an analogy for that in today's modern society?
Wait, say it again. My bad.
No, I'm sorry. I might have mumbled.
No, it's me.
As far as it goes for a Lot and his daughters,
Hmm.
looking at that story from a practical perspective, is there any analogy to that, like in today's society?
Ooh, offhand, I can't think of one incest wise.
Well, the only thing I could think of is how a lot of women throw their daughters out there, and I'm not
Mm.
sure if it's a proper analogy. Like that video I told you a while back with a daughter who filmed herself talking to her mother, telling her new husband keeps coming in the room
Hmm.
to her, and the mother
Hmm.
didn't want to listen, saying, "Yeah, I'm not gonna let you talk about that. He's a good man. He pays all the bills. Yada yada
I
yada."
see. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not
Well,
sure. I'm not sure if that's a proper analogy or not,
well,
but
for
that's
two
that's the only thing
reasons,
I can think
I
of.
was gonna say for two reasons, I can't think of an exact proper analogy as of right now. Um, to it, um, for two reasons. One being they did it because they wanted kids. Um,
Hmm.
the other reason, the other reason is for the incest aspect. But now, I mean, you've had Cardi B openly admitting to drugging, to
Right, right,
drugging dudes to rob them.
right, and you
Uh,
and yeah, and you also had a couple of college girls who got caught for that too. Got
mm,
the guy drunk, had sex with him, yada yada yada, and then claimed afterwards that he did it to her. And if it wasn't for the fact that people had text messages, yeah. So in that respect, the sexual assault, yeah, that's
yeah,
definitely
yeah, the
modern
sexual
times. That
assault, yeah.
happens. That definitely happens. And then it's always the same argument. The guy will be like, "Nah, I didn't do it." They claim that he did, and then when they do research, like, "Well, it's impossible for her to rape him because there was no penetration. He has to penetrate her." Dude, that's not how rape works. I don't know what you're talking about, but that's
Yeah,
not how it works, bro.
and,
That's why
and
that's
you,
why you got so many teachers getting away with molesting their students nowadays because
yeah, yeah.
they use that theory. That's how they get off. They use that
Well,
very theory.
ain't no theory. It's pretty much practically law.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, right.
I mean, yeah, and yeah, I mean, yeah,
Because, like
I
I
mean,
said, back in the day, it didn't make a difference what tool you used, what gender you were. If the child was a minor, you were going to jail.
yeah,
That's just all there was to it. There was no ifs, ands, or buts.
yeah.
You know.
Oh,
So, uh,
welcome, MOT. What's good, sir?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on,
MOT's
Dark?
here.
Yeah,
Oh, geez. Hey, what's up, brother? Shalom,
what's going on,
shalom.
man? What's going on? Oh, not much,
Uh,
man. I just wanted to catch the end of what y'all was talking about with the Cardi B shit, but go ahead.
yeah, yeah,
Oh no,
no,
no, carry on.
yeah, yeah,
I'm done. Feel free. Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, it's nearly 100%, Lawrence, that they used to get away with it. There are these smattering of cases where they don't get away with it. And whenever you hear these cases in the actual public arena, they call the actual students victims, as they're supposed to call them. And then
Mm-hmm.
that's when it's taken a little bit more seriously. But given things that recently happened within the manosphere, those people weren't going to be called victims. They were called willing participants. When you know
Mm,
that's how that works.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Well, no. I don't disagree. I just find it fascinating because, like I said, those debates never used to come up. Like I said, if it was a minor, it was done. We there was no double talk on reclassification or changing the meaning of words or anything like that. I don't care if you were a male teacher or a female teacher. If the person was a minor, you got tagged. We
Mm-hmm.
we we didn't do all that back and forth with, like I said, rephrasing or reevaluating what this means and all that crap, because you know it's because, like I said, in high school we had a teacher like that, Miss Nassau. We did. She loved us. She a little short Jewish woman. She loved us some black boys. So yeah, we had a teacher like that. We did, and she got tagged. And it had nothing to do with defining it as penetration or willing participants or anything like that. Even if the kid was willing, it didn't make a difference. He wasn't of age. You went to jail. That's
Yeah,
I mean, that's just all it was.
Yeah, I mean, shit, Mississippi, it doesn't matter. It's 25 years.
Yeah,
No matter. Off rip, they don't care. And look, those women they be trying older dudes, and your ass can go if you want to. And there was like a famous, well, it's not really famous, but it's famous for that area. But there was a girl, a dude, like a sheriff's deputy or shit. Some shit ended up committing fucking suicide because he knew he was about to get 25 years. And you know what? He got tons of pictures and tons of all this shit and going to, spots and getting drunk together and all this shit in public and found out her ass was underage. His ass got popped for the shit and nobody cared about nothing of that. None of that. They didn't care. Your ass about to get 25. That's what it was gonna be.
Yeah. Like I said, that's the way it was when I was growing up. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We didn't do all that willing participant, not willing participant, what's penetration, who's penetrate. Nobody did all that. The fact of the matter is that there's an age of consent in whatever state you lived in. And if you didn't match that age of consent, then you weren't mentally capable of deciding to be a willing participant or not. Right. All the onus falls on the adult, and you went to jail. I mean, it was just that simple, man.
Yeah, I mean, the only saving grace that person could have, is if they had a false ID that let them in somewhere that they were supposed to.
No.
They didn't even have that.
Nope, it didn't work.
No,
not in New York.
I didn't know. Wow.
In New York. In New York, it didn't matter.
Wow.
It didn't matter in New York. It didn't.
Dang.
The only thing that would help you with is the amount of time you might have got served. Okay. That's about it.
Dang.
That's about, well, at least in New York. I can't speak for the rest of the nation. But if somebody
tell you,
but
those 16-year-olds look like 30-year-olds, and you better check, because they're not checking for you. Trust me.
Right.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, this is this person's age. Doesn't matter if you met them in a bar, because black bars let these underage girls come in there.
Yep.
Yeah,
all the time.
Okay. No, that's what I was saying. If they had a false ID, so I didn't know that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It don't matter.
And in New York back in the day, it didn't. Like I said, the only thing that would change would be the amount. If you were willingly dealing with that minor, you were gonna get the maximum. Yeah. If you were dealing with the minor, but you thought they were an adult, you're still going. You just won't get the maximum. It might be half of it, that kind of thing.
Ooh,
but you were still
one name.
But you were still gonna get
Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah.
Dang. Boy.
Yep. But that's how it works. But like I said, with the onset of everything, whatever, gender war, feminism, laws, statutes, policy, whatever you want to call it. They if you notice in the last 10 to 20 years, there's been so many redefinitions of sexual assault, rape, etc., and so on. Yeah. It's just a cluster. It's just a cluster now.
And for me, the sad thing about that is, I can get them, catching a teacher and all that. The sad thing about that for me is, the individual that's somewhere at a bar and this individual comes in here with this fake ID and you actually think that they are, and this happens under false pretenses, now with the teacher, there is no, because these kids, they're at this school. So you shouldn't be hanging out with them in any capacity, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
To be drugged or drunk, if for this to even, let that happen. But golly. Whew.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stories in my, and Miss Nassau wasn't the only one. There was a couple.
I don't doubt
it. What the law was meant to do was get rid of these grass on the field, play ball type dudes.
I get you. That's about right. That's about right.
Yeah, dog on that.
That's about right.
Yeah, I can't do it, boy. If they ain't 18, you got to get on down for me. Go on.
Yeah, and then there was some chick, I can't remember. I think I saw it on Abra and Preach, maybe. I don't know. But some chick who's trying to lay claim that the age of consent should be 22 or 23 or something like that.
What?
Yeah, talking about women are not mentally capable of making decisions. I'm like, okay, again, here we go. You claim you are strong, independent, you can make your own decisions, but when something doesn't go your way, now all of a sudden you want to be treated as a child with kid gloves. This is not how it works. Or at least if it does, it's not going to stay that way forever. Of this, I promise you, nothing lasts forever.
My whole thing is 18 is is the right age. Uh, I mean, you're out of high school by this point usually. I mean, yeah, you got a few that get out by 17, but yeah, you're out of high school by this point, going to college or in the workforce. So now I don't think it should. I know it should be lowered, especially with all these old Chester R. Kelly fools walking around. But I mean,
Well, again, again, the interesting part is it depends on what state
yeah,
you're
what
in.
state
Because
you're in.
some,
I agree.
because
I
some
agree.
states you can be with a 16-year-old.
Yeah, I can't.
You know, but for me, as I've said to many of the people I've talked about, I don't see what the pleasure is in dealing with a kid. I don't get that. I can't wrap my head around that. Um, I need a woman. You know, at least back then, you know, in that capacity, I want to deal with a woman. I don't see what a 26-year-old would get out of a 16-year-old. Even from a sexual perspective, I don't get it. I mean, I just don't.
Hmm.
I don't see the interest in wanting to be with a child. You know what I mean? I don't know how to say it. I just don't have a pedophile mentality. Put it that way.
Well, there you go.
I just don't see. I don't see what the pleasure in that is. I don't.
So
So
that made us know very clear that anything you do, you better be able to explain it to 10 random white people.
Mm,
yeah, pretty
mm,
much. Yep.
mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like I said, you know, we used to talk a lot about, you know, the laws and, you know, how it's not beneficial for men to get married or be in relationships. But I think we've crossed that line. I think we've
Oh
gone.
yeah.
I think we've gone deeper to the point where you just can't deal with them at all.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's and not trying to do the gender thing. I'm not. What I'm saying is that it's just too damn dangerous.
Yeah. For legal repercussions.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
I get
because
it.
like I said, you know, they're starting to pass laws where they're trying to make any relationship you had retroactive. That if the girl decides from 10 years ago that you sexually assaulted her, you're going up on charges.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean that's insane.
Wow. Yeah. It is because I get it because the one thing.
I mean, think about that for a minute.
Dang, that's bad.
If that passes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And no disrespect to you, Eisen. I'm just trying to make a
No, you
very
good.
specific point here.
You good.
You take myself and MOT, who have become productive, well established, and I would say fairly financially well,
Mm-hmm.
and you get a girl we dealt with 20 years ago,
Mm.
who at the end of the day ain't even mad at us. She just wants a piece of our pie.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes out there and she says we did that to her from 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just too dangerous now. It
Oh
really
yeah,
is. It's
I
just too
agree.
damn dangerous.
And then now, at my end, if that were to happen, I'm good enough right now, but I ain't tall. But now, I'm on my way up, and then that happens to me, and it halts me. Whereas
Yep.
y'all have had, expertise and knowledge and wisdom on how and what to do with that money once you get it. And I ain't even got to that point yet, or somebody that has it. Oh man, they're done.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They're done. Ain't even no
Yeah.
coming back.
You
They're
know,
done.
and like I said, you know, I mean, I can't remember his name, but he was a famous actor, Indian dude, the one who took a girl on a date
Oh, I
and
think that
then
was Aziz
and
Ansari.
yeah, and brought her back to the house,
Yeah.
and she pushed up on him, and he went with the flow,
Mm-hmm.
and then she tried to be cute. Well, he didn't sexually assault me, but I did feel pressure to do it. How?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody told you to drop to your knees. Nobody. Nobody. You walked in his house, you saw what he had, and you was like, let me make a play for it. And then the next morning you regretted it. So now you want to try and punk him. I mean, that's all this is, man.
No, I don't even say she regretted it. No, that was just one that just saw.
Well, I don't think I don't think she
she
regretted it. I think maybe a couple of her girlfrimes might have said something. And now she's back out.
This rascal, she cased that dude like a bank heist.
Damn.
That shit was premeditated from the jump, man.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I have a lot of respect for Henry Cavill, man.
Oh yeah.
He was like, I'm done. I'm out. You know, he goes to work, he comes back home, he puts on his YouTube channel, he builds computers. That's it. He's like, I'm done. I'm not doing it. And I remember when he was first talking about it and how it was affecting him and how he was so nervous with Me Too and all the other stuff that was going on, and they ridiculed him. And he's like, you know what? Cool. And he bounced. Yeah. He don't date nobody.
And these women were obviously still trying him in public.
Yeah.
Even after the Me Too shit. I'm like, wow.
Yep.
Hey, and then when it showed the thirst trap letters they were sending him, man, that shit was, oh my gosh.
Oh my God! All you got to do is look at the chat in his streams when he's building computers.
And they still doing it.
Yeah. And all he's doing is building computers. Oh man, I love a man in shorts. I'm like, okay, the man's teaching you how to build a gaming computer. You know,
no, he's not teaching them. He teaches
people
I know. Interested.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But it's just like I said. That's the only thing from the story that I can really take out of it. The incest thing is one thing, but the forcibly assaulting someone, that's common nowadays to me.
Oh yeah.
That's common nowadays. And then, like I said, there's no repercussions. Like I said, you know, the guy will automatically, like MOT said, the guy will get 25, but the chick, she'll get off because she's too pretty to go to jail.
And you also have to, I mean, in this right here, you also have to, I know I said, I won't say, you also have to expect that, you know, it wasn't the first time or last time it even happened back then that they drugged somebody to get, you know.
No, not at all.
To get the D. So it is what it is. Yeah. That's why, you know, that's why I wanted to say, hey, them women, they ain't changed. That whole woman of the past idea is just a myth. Nothing more.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, it's that thing. It's that thing people do when they look at stuff in the past with nostalgic eyes. That's all it is. That's all it is. Yeah, you know, there are moments when I think about things when I was younger that's like, man, it would be nice to go back to that. But then I stop and I think it through. No, that shit really wasn't that great, actually. You know. You got to be able to take off those rose tinted glasses, man, and look at it for what it actually is.
Yeah. You know, I think MOT can probably agree to this. I think a lot of the people that were doing it, they was chasing that mosquito truck too much.
Oh yeah,
sniffing in all their poison. That's why they think like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Some people used to do that. You know they used to do that.
I know they used to do that. I didn't do that. You know, I think by my time they had quit that. But yeah, I was just a little bit, you know. But I know about it. They were chasing mosquito poison truck, man. Boy, crazy.
Wow, that's a new one for me.
Yeah,
that's a new one for me. I never heard that before.
They said that poison had that sweet smell, boy. They was chasing it. They were chasing it, boy. Getting breathing in poison.
Wow.
I'm telling you. You will only know if you witnessed it firsthand. It's nothing no one ever talks about.
Until you guys mentioned it, I never heard of it before.
Yeah. I've been around enough Gen X's to know.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. All right. Well, more power to them then. Yeah. But like I said, that's from a practical perspective in today's modern society. That's the only thing that I can see the strongest aspect of is the sexual assault.
Yeah.
And as always, the men
as well as the drugging.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But as usual, you know, the man is assaulted, but he's the one who's at fault, you know. Yeah. So But why do you let him get him drunk? What are you talking about, man? Shut up.
Right.
Shut up.
Oh
You know.
man.
Well, I had no decision making abilities because I was drunk. Well, why does that work for you and not for me? Come on now, move on.
And I mean, like I said, the whole thing. Whenever I was going to find thumbnails and I was looking, I was like, golly, every painting depiction it shows him as being like the aggressor or
Yeah,
a willing participant. I'm like, golly.
yeah. Actually, I wish you had talked to me because I would have told you that's what you were going to get.
Yeah.
I yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It is
Well,
what it is.
originally I wasn't thinking about doing that. I was looking for something else, and then I just end up doing that, and I was like, wow.
Yeah,
It
yeah. But I mean,
was
there's
surprising when I think about it. So.
yeah, but there's a lot of stories in there, drunk and sex being part of it. I tell you.
Oh yeah.
I
It's
think
not the only one.
what would be the first story of that? That would be Ham and Noah, right?
I think so. I believe
Uh,
so. And I believe there's another one after this one where I can't remember if
because Noah's the one who created wine, if I remember correctly.
mm,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to think. I know there's another one. I think after this one, I can't remember if it was Jacob or not. Who the same thing happened to him. It was another one, but he
Mhm.
promised to marry a girl off to one of his sons, and I think the son died or something like that. So,
Mm.
and yeah, she did her whole thing, and he had no idea.
So, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I don't know, man. Like I said, man, this is the state of the world.
Yes, it
You
is.
know.
It
No,
is, and
the state of the world is going to be ever changing, but the state of your actual discipline has to remain the same, regardless of what's happening outside. And a lot of people
yeah,
want to escape that. They just
Oh
don't
oh
want to
yeah,
yes,
escape it.
yeah,
yeah.
agreed, without a
You know.
doubt. Yeah,
And then we can talk about account. Yeah, I agree. We can talk about accountability, responsibility, and that's true. That's true, and it is huge. But bottom line is lazy. Just don't want to do the work.
oh
It's just lazy. It's just like give me everything. I don't want to do nothing for it. That's it.
yeah, and the responsibility of of being accountable for every action that you take. Man, it just you could tell how people talk. It just crushes them. So they're
Yeah,
willing. That's why when Sigma Jones said that you know color folks would willingly walk into slavery. I mean, it's just
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got
they
so
would.
many people that would do that. Yeah.
But we saw it happen in 1964.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
seriously, we saw it happen in 1964.
Agreed.
You know, it's it's just it is what it is. I mean, it's like how can I put in all fairness, look, I would like to take a break.
Mhm.
Some days I don't want to be responsible at all. I don't. And the older I get, the less I want to be because I'm tired.
Mhm.
You ain't got the same kind of fire you did at 20 something. You know what I mean? But just because it's something I don't want to do doesn't mean it's something that you know what I mean, that I can't do. I
It-
have to do it. I have to. This it's one of those things in life that's non-negotiable.
well, I mean, it's negotiable. I mean, if you want, I mean, if you essentially want to be a slave, you want jail time, or you just want to die. Yeah, you go ahead. But I mean, it's one of those things that I can't afford to not be accountable for my old acts. I just can't afford.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
too much at stake.
Yeah, look, man, if you don't, the cost is not cheap.
Yeah, the cost
I
is
trust
mean,
me.
not.
Trust
I'm
me.
sorry.
If you're looking for a reason, you will find one.
Yeah,
What? I mean,
yeah.
look, man, I found so many reasons in my lifetime it's retarded. But just because I found a reason, like I said, I have to make that choice, and it wasn't good enough for me,
Right.
and I doubt it ever will be. And again, I've been doing it so long, I don't know how to stop.
Right.
So, but like I said, there are moments. I mean, everybody's human, man. Everybody wants to
Oh
like,
yeah.
man, I just don't want to.
Yeah.
I just, you know what I mean? Just leave me
Hey,
alone. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all do it.
hey, it's a bunch of days with Monday through Friday. I roll over and it's time for me to get out of bed and go to work. I'm like, man, I don't want to do this. I don't want to get out. I don't want to get up today, but I go in anyways because I know if I do that enough, I won't have any money. I got
Yeah, exactly. You know, and like I said, it has to come down to two things. And it depends on what path you're on, but there's really only two people you have to be concerned about. That's yourself and whatever deity you believe in. Outside of that, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it in a nutshell, man. Everything and everybody else falls by the wayside. Like I said, if I can help you, I can. If you're worth the time. If I can't, then I'll tell you I can't. Life goes on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember this one time in New York. I was walking to the train station, and I was smoking a cigarette. And as I was getting ready to head down the stairs into the train station, this dude asked me if I had a cigarette to spare, and I said no. I always say no because if I can get up and go work to pay for mine, you can do the same. It ain't like you were asking for food or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And after I said no, and I didn't say it nasty, I just said nah, bro, and then I kept moving. And he mumbled something under his breath that I'm pretty sure it sounded like "fuck you, nigga." And I turned around, I walked back. And what did you say to me? Oh, nothing, man, nothing. No, man, go ahead, say it again. Just say it again. No, I ain't say nothing. I said, yeah, okay, you punk ass motherfucker. But just remember, man, these are mine. I paid for them. I worked for them. You want yours? Go out there and get your shit. Don't be coming at me like that, man. I will fuck you up. I turned around and went in the train station. You know, and I tell that story because, again, it's that thing. Yeah, I'd like to hang out in the summer and just do nothing but ask people to give me shit. But you know what? I'm not built like that. I need to go get my own. I need to have my own. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I tell people, man. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm babbling again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think I'm babbling again. My bad.
Yeah. The shop checking for you in the chat. It's just that all these things are choices. And here's something about a deliberate choice that you can't, like, once it comes time for you to explain yourself, it's either you're gonna pop off with the shit right away, it's gonna sound dumb as hell or rational, or you're gonna stay silent.
Yeah.
Because you haven't thought it through. I mean, you thought about to get in, but what to get out and to justify it further than that, you haven't thought about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and that goes back to what I said about the two daughters. I mean, seriously, what was the plan? You're pregnant now. What's the plan? I mean, you know, if you really think you're the last people on the planet, now you have two sons and no men to protect you. What was the plan? You know what I mean?
The plan was to have kids.
Yeah. That was it. There is no other plan.
No. The plan was that we need somebody that we can raise who will forever respect us and who won't really require shit out of us. That's what children do in an environment, especially a broken environment without men around. That's exactly what happened.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is true. That is absolutely true.
Yeah,
that is absolutely true. Well, you know, I tell you what, to go all scripture up in here, we need to stop refinancing these unclean spirits. That's what I'm talking about. We need to stop refinancing these motherfuckers. We need to call in that marker and get them out.
And you know, the thing is too, you know, they had just come from a community, if you want to call it that, that was already jacked all kinds of ways up. I mean, it was so bad that, you know, that the fuckery there was, it wasn't even it was like, you know, it was too predictable. It's like, yeah, these niggas here, they can't even just throw me a wrench and doing something good one time. So I got to get rid of these folks.
That's why I said earlier, a lot of what they said. Oh, I'm sorry, Shalom, Shakanul. That's why I was saying what I did earlier. What was the plan? Because see, here's the thing: They ran with their father and mother. So they knew the city was being destroyed. Not the earth, just the city. They knew this. Number two, they knew what the fallacy of pissing off the Most High was going to do because he turned the wife, their mother, into a pillar of salt. So then you get into a cave, and then you decide that there are no other people left on the planet. So your go-to answer is to molest your father by getting him drunk. Now here's the question: where'd you get the wine? That's my first question. But anyway, but you know, and we just go on from there. So I'm like I said, what was the plan?
Yeah. I think you're just trying to give them too much credit for thinking outside of own kids.
Oh no! Oh, I know! Oh no! I know I am. Oh, I know I am. I'm kind of being facetious because, like I said, it was just a stupid idea. It just was. It was a straight up stupid idea, and because of that, their children and descendants are as Scripture says, forever out. So I mean, they're crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Crazy.
Like I said, out of all the stories, I don't know why, but that one is my favorite. It stays in my head all the damn time. I don't know why, it just does.
Yeah, man.
It's just on the one hand, it's insane, and on the other hand, it makes me laugh.
Yeah, I think the one that sticks with me, is just Sarah just bold-faced lying to God. I think that.
Yeah. I can see that though. I can see that though.
Oh yeah.
I can see that though.
I can't forget that one, man.
But Sarah had a lot of hate in her heart for Abraham, man. Even before he decided to follow the Most High, even before the thing with Hagar and Ishmael, you got to remember he tried to pawn her off to the Pharaoh, man, like she wasn't nothing. So Sarah's got a whole lot of issues with him anyway.
Hey,
So I mean, it is what it is. And on top of that, weren't they like half brother and sister or something like that?
I don't get me off into that lineage on that. I don't let me lie there. But
yeah, I think they were siblings, and which is one of the reasons why I asked the question I did earlier: is it really punishable? Because the Most High hadn't created those rules yet that we got when it came to Exodus, Deuteronomy, Numbers, Leviticus, where he laid out exactly what can be done and what cannot be done. Because if that's the case, wouldn't he hold Abraham just as accountable if Sarah's his sister?
I don't know,
Lawrence.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you 2 words in the military. Article 134.
You can be an ass sometime. You know that. You can be an ass sometime.
Hey, look, maybe,
I got you.
Hey, maybe he just looked. It was like, oh Lord. It was like, no, we got to thin this bloodline out a little bit. These Special Olympic kids getting too wild, man. We gotta get somebody else in here, man.
Yeah. Article 1. You know what? Oh man. But besides MOT, anyway.
It covered it. It covered it. I mean, if it was stupid and nobody else had anything else to charge you with, was like, fuck it, 134.
Yep. But but like I said, it was I don't know. Like I said, it's just one of my favorite stories. It's just hilarious to me across the board. But like I said, that's why I had asked the question I did about whether or not that, and I'm not like I said, I'm not trying to make an excuse for him. I'm just trying to look at it like through the logical progression of the relationship the Most High established with these people. If Abraham and Sarah were brother and sister, or half brother and sister, something like that, and then Abraham can literally take his wife and offer her to the Pharaoh, then turn around and Sarah tell him to sleep with Hagar, and all that was acceptable, then when we get to these 2 girls doing what they did and there were no rules in play, how do you hold them accountable for rules that didn't exist?
Now hold on. Now
I'm just
wait. No, I got one part of it.
Yeah.
Look, we ain't gonna say all that shit was acceptable.
Fair
It's
enough.
just that,
Fair
hey,
enough.
look,
Fair
Oh
enough.
no.
like I
Oh
said,
no.
when it got to that point, whatever he said, when he started asking about what to do about the boy now, it was like, he told her, hey, hey, look, you've been listening to her, keep listening to your wife now. Don't stop now. You
Yeah.
ain't come
Okay.
to me before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's where it was like, hey, look, you made this bed right here. You're gonna have to sleep in this one.
Okay. Well, there's two stories. Either Abraham and Sarah were brother and sister, or she was his niece.
Dang.
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for that checking for you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
He put what Article 134
Yeah.
was. um, but either way, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird because and that's why I have fun when I talk to other Israelites because they really don't take the time to think it through. Because by all definition, whether Abraham and Sarah are brother and sister or she was his niece, the bottom line is you have a people that were founded on incest.
Oh yeah.
Which brings me back to what I said about the daughters and Lot. Why would they get in trouble for it? Why would he despise their children?
Okay, watch
And
this.
and the assumption would be is because at least with Sarah and Abraham, they were blessed to do so. They had.
No. Here's the difference.
Mhm.
Sarah and Abraham didn't drug each other for that. They drugged.
Yeah, that's fair.
They
That's fair.
drugged.
That is fair.
They
That is
drugged
fair.
Lot till he was intoxicated beyond belief, to where
Yeah.
he had no idea what was going on.
That's true. That is true. That is true. That's
No,
fair.
no,
That
it
is
was the
fair.
rupee 0.0.
Yeah, right.
Roofie 0.0 exe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So then that is the overall difference here. Two. The first set were willing participants. The other ones were forced. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That's fair because that's the only difference I can see. Actually,
Yeah.
outside of that, it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Relatives with relatives and that kind of nonsense. But yeah, that's the only difference. He was drugged. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right, man. We've been at this for an hour. Thanks for that check. So hey, we're gonna get out of here. I think we talked about this in as much as we can.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about this with anymore. I think we had some great conversation here over this. So before we get out of here, we will have our last thoughts. MOT, your last thoughts, sir.
Even though I'm an atheist, I know a hell of a lot about this Bible, and I respect every single story that's in it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We
Oh
knew that.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Yes,
knew that. We've
sir.
had conversations like that before. I
Yes,
know.
sir.
You and Zero. Y'all got it
Yeah.
down to a science, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, without doubt.
Oh yeah, that's all I got.
All right.
All right. Lawrence.
Same as always, man. Hashtag men. Excuse me. Yeah, wow. Hashtag men first. There you go.
Yeah.
and keep your head up, man. Keep staying on your purpose, and just take
Right.
care of yourself. That's all.
And to MOT's credit, I think I know for the fact that I think the respect that comes between him and new as well, and then yes, new it's new points out here, new and Zero. That
Oh yeah, I
the
forgot
one
about
thing,
new. My
the
bad.
one
I'm
thing
sorry.
that I point out is that I'm about this for going from the practical standpoint of the things that I can actually do. Look, I can't walk on water. Can't nobody touch the hem of my garments and be healed. I can't do none of the magical stuff. So everything that the stories that are contained in here and the I guess philosophical content in there, anything that I can use that can be applied practically to my life. That's what I'm all about here. Using this information to where you can apply it practically for your own benefit, to hold your own self accountable. You know, that's all. That's what I use it for, and that's what it is for. I mean, knowledge without application ain't worth a damn.
This is true. This is true.
So yeah,
Would you mind if I said one more thing?
go ahead.
I just wanted to offer a quick apology to my brother New in the chat. I am sorry, man. You are in that list as well with Zero and MOT. My apologies, brother. Because me and New have some good conversations for real. And I apologize for that, brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm actually not saying me though, Lawrence. I went to Catholic school, but I turned my head.
No, I know that.
Know.
I know that. But with all due respect, brother, you know, I got to give you your respect and your props. That's all that is. No harm, no foul.
Yeah. But yeah, hey, that's all we got at this time. Hey, I'll leave you like I do always. Don't be a hospital gown nigga.
Yeah.
Peace.
I'm never gonna get tired of that.